The struggle is real. It's a real thing. Hi, I'm Dory. I suffer from smelling other people's food addiction. The things that we can't eat or don't eat, and does that mean that we don't have to enjoy anything about it anymore? Can we still go out somewhere and see non-keto food and appreciate it for its beauty? Can we still smell it and enjoy it without wanting to eat it? And for me, I think I kind of separated enjoying food for eating it and enjoying the smells and the look of food when I had my gastric surgery. I could enjoy some things about food without physically eating them, but it smelled so good, and I started to cry, and the lady was looking at me, and I thought, okay, I think I need to explain why I'm crying, because now I just look like the crazy lady who's crying at the airport. So I explained to her that we had both just had stomach surgery and we weren't able to eat any foods yet. There was no solid food at that point. And she felt terrible, and she said, oh my God, should we move? Like, I feel awful. And I said, no, I think you misunderstand. These are tears of joy and happiness. Thank you so much for sharing the smells of your food. I know that I can't eat it and I can't have it, but it smells so good and so amazing. And I think that was the first time that I realized that the entire experience of eating isn't just eating. It's not always about eating the foods. Could you please stop smelling my French fry? It's weird. And I said, no. No, I will not stop smelling your food. All I get is the pleasure of smelling a French fry. I don't care if it looks weird or awkward in public. This is the only joy I get. You will not take it from me, child. I will smell a fry. But I think for me, it started that on a very positive note, so that when I see foods I can't have, or I smell foods I can't have, I take what pleasure I can from that. Like, you guys know, my whole family isn't keto. I got a loaf of bread on the counter right now. Do I love the smell of bread? Oh, yes. Like, does it weird my family out that I smell their bread? A little bit. Am I tempted to eat it? No. So I think that it's important to make that distinction between I enjoy the smell of something, I enjoy the look of something, and realizing that it doesn't make me feel good anymore. The bread is right there. It's right there on the counter. I could reach out and have a slice of bread anytime I want to. So here's the thing. How do you get from I can't have that to I don't want that? Because that's the key. You're never going to be able to avoid every trigger, especially if you live in a mixed keto house like I do, where these things were around. Now, if your whole family is switching, easy answer, clear it all out of your house. There is no bread, there is no junk, there is no chips, there is no cereal. But guess what? Most of us, 99.99.5% of us, live in the real world, where we have family who doesn't eat keto, we have friends who don't eat keto, we have coworkers who don't eat keto, and it is not possible to live in a bubble where you can just avoid all of the things that trigger you. So I really want to encourage you to break down what it is about food that you like. When I think about off-plan food, because we never call it cheating here, I don't believe in that. I think it perpetuates a guilt cycle. But when I think about off-plan foods, I don't think, oh God, I can't have that. Because as soon as I tell my brain I can't have that, or I'm never going to have that again, or I'm never going to eat that, my brain hears, what? You don't have any willpower? What? Girl, you don't tell me how to do. So I think for me, the key was realizing that just because I can't have it doesn't necessarily mean I even want it. And I won't say that in the last 2.5 years that I've never eaten anything off plan. I have. But I found that it doesn't have the same feeling that it used to. It doesn't taste good. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't bring me the sense of comfort that I traditionally attach to comfort foods. So the question is, if it doesn't taste good, if it doesn't make you feel good, and if it doesn't actually bring you comfort, is it you can't have, or is it you don't want? And I feel like it's such a small distinction, but there is such a freedom in realizing it's not that you're restricting yourself from something you can't have. You're allowing yourself all of the things that make you feel amazing, all the foods that make you feel good, all the foods that fuel your brain and your body. You're not restricting what you can't have. That's the bottom line. It's not about restricting what you can't have. It's about allowing yourself what you can have, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, and realizing that difference. Because for me, that was the key. I knew I wasn't going to be able to clear out everything out of my house. I knew there would still be days when I feel like having a bowl of cereal. Those days, I will make myself a keto cereal, or I'll have some other kind of snack. But it is so important to realize, and this might come off harsh, so love me and understand that I mean this in the nicest way. No one is responsible for your success but you. I don't know how many times I've gotten a message and said, you know what, Dory, I fell off track because my husband brought home junk food, or because my kids were eating something, or because I was running late and my husband brought home pizza and I was going to pick off the toppings and then I decided I would just eat it. And honestly, at the end of the day, that choice, whether you eat that or you don't eat that, it only falls on you. It only falls on you. And maybe your family wants you to succeed and maybe they don't. I mean, there's a lot of emotion in there when you talk about how you eat and what you believe, and not everyone will believe what you do. Not everyone is out there trying to support you. Not everyone is trying to make it easier. You might have a best friend who says, oh, come on, live a little. You've been on a diet for 6 months. You can't eat cake. It's my birthday. How disrespectful is it if you don't eat cake on my birthday? And it's really easy to allow that, to allow other people to make those decisions for us. So I want for you to realize that it's only you. And the guilt is also only you. No one can actually make you feel a thing, right? They could try, they can say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, if you're at peace with yourself and you can say, you know what, I love you, I respect you, I'm here to celebrate your birthday, that doesn't mean I have to eat cake. I can bring my own cake. I can make donuts. I can bring a keto treat with me. But we do really have to take control of our own health and realize at the end of the day, it's you. No one cares more about your health and your well-being than you do. So just remember that. And it's not always out of a place of disrespect or meanness. Sometimes it's just not understanding, right? If your whole family doesn't eat keto and they don't understand it's a forever thing for you, then every family get together might be, oh, come on. It's one this, it's one that. Why do you have to be so difficult? So it's so important to be really strong in what you feel about what you feel. You don't have to push it on anybody. You don't have to force anybody, but it is so important to do that.